What is happening, guys? Members only, Monday, July 26th. Might have started a little bit early there, but hopefully we're okay. So members only, Monday, July 26th. Me solo today, clearly, and it is my wife's birthday. So I'm just going to do one video today, get through it, try to get through it pretty quickly, and I can spend some time with her. Got a fun slate to break down, though, so I'm not going to go through it too fast because you know I love doing these videos. Let me screen share this and we will dive right in. So pitching options are pretty limited tonight. A few guys stand out for sure. Starting at the top, I think that Luis Garcia is the top spend-up option for sure. He was cruising in that Cleveland game. I feel like the only reason they didn't send him out over the 7th is because this game was like a 9-0 game at that point. So I was disappointed they didn't send him back out there because I had used him that night. I like him again tonight. He's definitely my favorite high-end pitcher, like for sure. High-end, I guess he's the only guy over 10K, so he's the only like high-end guy. Hendricks is a no for me at 9.7. He just is not, the upside isn't there. And then Ohtani, who is in a great spot at home against Colorado. Garcia, Ohtani, and Marquez are going to be my three favorite pitchers, like by a country mile. Marquez, I don't like Marquez as much as I like Ohtani and Garcia, but he's also cheaper, so he puts him wildly in play for me. As far as Ohtani goes, I mean, he's been good. His strikeout upside is tops on the slate. And the matchup isn't great, but you got an Angels team flying from Minnesota, first game back home. I'm fine with it here. I like him quite a bit. He's going to be uber chalk, and it makes sense. Pavetta, no thanks. Don't really want to use him in this matchup. Miley. Miley's been good his past two starts. I'm not buying this, but I'm not really looking to use Cubs against him. Mentioned Marquez. He wasn't great last time out against Seattle, but he'd been really good before that. I expect a bounce back start from him here. Two all-stars, Ohtani and Marquez, battling. I like him quite a bit. Mike Minor coming off a good start. Not really interested with a White Sox team who's probably getting Eloy Jimenez back tonight. So that really is a boost to their lineup for sure. This guy is, I don't know, if you don't watch too much baseball and are just focused on this year, you might not have heard of him, but this guy's legit. Awesome year last year. Tons of power. Just absolutely destroys left-handed pitching. So not that like Minor's not in play because of him. I just don't really like the spot for Minor, and I like Marquez more. That's how I feel about it. Going on down, Joe Ross coming off the IL, no thanks. Keuchel, no thanks. Pineda is a look. Detroit's been feisty / good recently, though, so it's not like the dream spot, and Pineda has not been good. So probably just stay away from Pineda here. Spencer Howard, no thanks. Matt Manning, definitely not. He's coming off the best start of his career. Surprise, surprise, against the Rangers. Thomas Hatch. This kid's got a good arm. So, like, if this were a better spot, I could see it. The spot just isn't good. He's had really, really good numbers at AAA. Ton of strikeouts. So the price point isn't crazy at all if you want to take a shot at 5.2. Problem is just like the spot and the opportunity cost of other guys up top I like a lot. No way I'm using him. I don't even know why I clicked on him. But as far as Hatch goes, even in the bad spot, if I were spending down on one of these guys, it would be Hatch. I just think his upside's real. Obviously we know he get blown up in this spot, but that with a $5,200 young pitcher, but his upside is certainly there. So as of right now, personally, I'm looking at Garcia, Ohtani, and Marquez. I like Garcia a lot here. So if I can make Garcia work, I like Garcia and Ohtani. We'll see if that can be done. Let's talk about some offenses. All right, Washington and Philly. So Spencer Howard and Joe Ross. I think the offenses in this game are kind of secondary stacks that probably won't get a lot of love. And we've seen these teams play in high-scoring games before. If you want to call your shot here, that Spencer Howard gets hit hard by Washington. A Washington game that's been really popular lately. Won't be here tonight. There's just other offenses that are going to get more love than them. So If you want to call your shot on either of these offenses, I get it. Probably other spots I like more. I do think the Washington offense is in the better spot. Soto's just amazing. So if you want to use him as a one-off, do your thing. Harper's seeing the ball well right now. Same thing with him. So, yeah, I don't love either of these teams, but on this slate, I think I like them more than the pitchers going against them, if that makes any sense. Toronto and Boston. So this is another game. Toronto looks like a really viable stack here that might come in a little bit under-owned. We've seen Pavetta be very hit or miss, and this Toronto team is just awesome. We talk about this on a nightly basis. Their lineup is really, really good for DFS purposes, whether it's Springer, Guerrero. We know how good these guys are. And then you got Bichette, Simeon, Teoscar, who's just having a fantastic year. They run a little bit. They got tons of power. Teoscar crushes righties. I like this lineup quite a bit. Another one where I think it's like a full stack for me. And then on the Boston side, I can definitely get on board with Boston too. I mentioned Hatch, but I'll say this about the Red Sox. They really struggled against Herman yesterday, broke out late. So I could see going right back there. It does look like they are getting quite a bit of love. They're getting more love than the Blue Jays here. So in tournaments, I like the Blue Jays side a little bit more. On paper, probably the Red Sox side, and in cash games, that's where I'd lean. All right, Cubs and Reds. So Miley against Hendricks. Not interested in the Reds. Hendricks is very good at home. If you were a little bit cheaper, I actually could make a case for Hendricks, but not at that price point. And then the Cubs, I could get on board with more like one-offs. Chris Bryant crushes lefties, homered yesterday against a lefty. I could see that. David Bodie's 2,200. He homered yesterday. He was in the middle of that lineup. He walked and homered. So nice punt play, assuming he's right back in there. Patrick Wisdom, same deal. I get on board with a couple of these guys. That said, Miley's been good, so I'm not excited about it at all. White Sox and Royals. We've got Keuchel against Minor, two older lefties. Keuchel is not usually a guy I like to pick on. Even though he can get hit a little bit, he doesn't necessarily give up big innings or a ton of hard contact. So you pick on Keuchel because he doesn't strike a lot of guys out, and when teams can put the ball in play, good things happen. There's other teams I'm more excited about than Kansas City here, though. So they're not a team I'm really looking at. Chicago, though, I am a Mike Minor fan, but this team, now getting a little bit healthier, adding Eloy Jimenez, their lineup just looks a lot better. So they've got a couple guys, Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu, that we always like against lefties. Check out the BVP. BVP also, Bryant's 8 of 18 with 2 bombs off Miley. And Contreras is 8 of 19. So worth noting, if nothing else. All right. There's not much here as far as White Sox against Minor. Bray is 2 of 11. Tim Anderson's 2 of 9. So not using these guys because of that. And I will say, against Kyle Hendricks, I kind of skipped by that. Aquino's 2 of 2 with 2 bombs. Votto's 12 of 33 with 6 extra base hits. Winker's 7 of 23 with 3 extra base hits. So these guys have good numbers off them. Even Tucker Barnhart, 13 of 45. Suarez, 11 for 43. 5 bombs. 5 walks. I respect Hendricks. I probably won't get there, but if I make enough lineups, I would. So the White Sox are a stack that's definitely in play for me. Adding Eloy is a boost for sure. I'll just wait and see what their lineup looks like, though. Detroit and Minnesota. So we've got Matt Manning against Pineda. This Matt Manning is awful. I think both these teams come in over-owned, though. So I think in cash games, they make a lot of sense. We'll see what the Twins lineup looks like. But leading off, presumably Kepler at 3,700. Brent Rooker might be in there. Larnak's day today. So Rooker homered yesterday. He'll probably be in there. This lineup's not really attractive, but they've still got some pieces. Donaldson, Mitch Garver's back. So I imagine the Twins get love, and in cash games, they make sense. And then as far as the Tigers go, Eric Haas continues to be a DFS darling. Scope continues to be really good. He's under 5K now. Candyman, he hit a big game a couple games ago. So, yeah, I think both of these offenses are in play, more so in cash games for me. Angels and Rockies. I'm much more interested in the pitching in this game. I'm not interested in the offenses. I just don't think they're in good spots, and I am not interested. All right, last but not least, we've got Houston and Seattle. And, man, this Houston's got to be my favorite offense of the night. I like Garcia. I like Houston offense. I'm not interested in Seattle here. The guy pitching for Seattle, McGauchin, very underwhelming. Not a guy that had really good numbers in AAA. Doesn't mean he couldn't pitch well tonight, but I like the Houston side here quite a bit. I think they're coming in under-owned. Gurriel, after a day off, he's really affordable. I mean, Altuve, we know how. This makes no sense. Alex Tagati, who hardly ever plays, is more expensive than Altuve. Like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, Correa. Yeah, he had been slumping big time. Hit and a walk yesterday, walked the day before. He's going yard today. I like Correa a ton. One of my favorite hitters on the slate. Jordan, Kyle Tucker, Michael Brantley. I mean, these guys are cheap. Chas McCormick, freaking Miles Straw. Man, I like the Astros a lot. There wasn't any other offenses that really spoke to me. Houston speaking to me. I like them quite a bit here. I think they come in a little bit under-owned, and that's what I'm feeling. So excited about it. Yeah, again, like I said at the beginning, it is my wife's birthday, so I'm going to get the write-up out early for our customers. And I hope this was screen sharing the whole time. I think it was, though. I will check the video when it's done. But again, yeah, if you want more content, more videos, more me, more Ryan soon, go check out the DFS5pack.com today. And thanks, guys.